Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and that's David.
I'm not David. I am the animated not David. AI is working overtime to make not David animated.
He sits around a lot. He has kind of the
unlike the other David, not David is quiet and contemplative, introverted.
He is. He's the not David. Definitely.
He's the one that talks with his eyes. Not with this loud voice.
Yeah, so we got a couple things we're going to pack into this one. The first thing we're going to look at is Hegseth came out and made this great announcement that they're going to build a Qatari facility at in
an Air Force base in Idaho.
And then he had to come back and clarify what he actually meant, because it sure sounded like the Qatari government was going to put an Air Force base in Idaho.
Yeah, build one up from scratch type of thing. Knitting Cult Lady had a story on this one to clarify things. Just throw it out there. First off, David opinion. The Trump administration is horrible. Trump especially is horrible about being accurate and precise with their wording. And you have to be accurate and precise with your wording, or else all hell breaks loose. It is normal for the United States to train foreign allies on U.S. soil on things like the F-15, which is what the Qatari Air Force would be training on. It would also be somewhat normal to build a bunker on an Air Force base to house these troops that are coming in to learn how to fly these F-15s. And that's likely what Hegseth was trying to communicate, but because they aren't accurate and precise with their wording, it came across like they were going to build basically like a Qatari embassy, their own Air Force base on U.S. soil.
Yeah, here's the quote. Quote, I am proud that today we're announcing that we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emery Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. The location will host a contingent of Qatari F-15s and pilots. This will enhance our combined training, increase lethality, and interoperability between nations.
And because the press... maybe that was maybe it wasn't part of a press conference. I don't know. But where's the press asking the questions? They've been cowed, and it might be that it's all right-wing press. I don't know. Where's the follow-up questions? What do you mean by an Air Force base? Will this be like sovereign land? Is like they have their own air? There's no follow-up to get clarification. So then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. So here's someone on X wrote this. It's just like. So they will not have a base, but they will have a base. So they'll have a base, but the U.S. will be guarding it is basically what you're saying. It's so... If they would just take 20 minutes to think about how they want to message this instead of trying just to get it out as quickly as possible. It's just funny. And then, of course, MAGA's having kittens about this, right?
You think? I'm sure folks in Idaho are really thrilled.
Yes.
Having a bunch of... A Muslim nation build an Air Force base on their sovereign land. Mm-hmm. Laura Loomer lost her mud over this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's even threatening to not vote in 2026 because this is
I'll learn them
that this is so unhinged.
Oh jeez.
So let's take a look at the general energy around this announcement. And I would love to know the energy behind the scenes after this thing came out and it dropped a big old pterodactyl-sized turd.
A double deuce.
So for entertainment purposes only, let's take a look at the energy around this. Oh, you got to get that message out there. 8 of Wands.
There's your Air Force base right there. Launch the missiles.
This is, ready, fire, aim. Just got to get the messaging out there. Ace of Pentacles is a challenge. This is a really good thing. It's a new beginning. It's something of value that we're bringing. Yeah, exactly. Having the message and selling it like it's a really good thing. Mm-hmm. energy underneath it is the star. This is just to make
America.
Donald Trump and his relationships look great.
America.
America.
It really makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes that this deal got cut
Yeah, well,
and announced. Because it doesn't need to be announced. You can just do it, right?
yeah, so Trump had signed an executive order back in September stating that the U.S. will defend Qatar. If anyone attacks Qatar, the U.S. will defend it. And my first thought was, wow, so you just give a $400 million old 747, and now you've got U.S. protection. I mean, if only Ukraine would have thought to give President Trump a
747.
747. This whole battle that's going on with Russia would be over at this point. So continue with the energy. In the past, Ten of Swords, trying to bring something to an end. I mean, this could be just trying to change the news cycle a bit. I'm not necessarily saying it's an Epstein thing, but maybe as a deflection from the Peace Prize and people taking a victory lap on Trump with his Peace Prize. But anyways, it's Ten of Swords, bringing an end to a situation. Maybe it's the end of Hegseth's career. Current energy is Empress. But we're doing this for the benefit of everybody. You know, Qatar is our friend, and we need to take care of them. Dave is now contemplating.
Yeah, keep going.
Overarching energy is the Queen of Swords. You know, this is Trump's truth, or you know, this is the truth of this administration. You give me things that benefit me, and I take care of you. And you know, because we're going to defend you and prevent anyone from harming you. So now you've got a military base on U.S. soil, and it's kind of like strengthening those bonds, if you will. He's forming his own NATO alliance, but with Arab countries.
Now, when you say a military base on U.S. soil, you mean the way the message was originally interpreted?
Yes, yeah, the way Hegseth had, basically they've got
pronounced it and how it would be interpreted.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Lesson to be learned is the Three of Cups. This administration, Trump is really courting the Arab nations, the Gulf, if you will. And this is just another opportunity to celebrate our close relations. Outcome, Five of Cups. So could be a couple things. This could be Hegseth realizing how much you dropped the ball in the messaging. This could be also MAGA being very upset with the fact that now you've got this Muslim nation putting military assets in one of our military bases in Idaho. This could also be the folks in Idaho someone made the comment that you can't just unilaterally decide that you're going to put foreign nations' military assets into one of our military bases.
Yeah, it's like that flew like a lead balloon, didn't it?
Yeah, it didn't. They didn't stick the landing with that announcement.
Yeah, the quiet contemplation is I'm wondering if and obviously it's Gary's spread here, if they're answering the question Gary asked or if they're giving him a different answer.
Could be.
Because I look at that, it's like they made this announcement as part of a bribe.
Okay.
Okay, so Trump knows his time on this planet's coming, or his time as the presidency is coming to an end. He needs to take care of himself, so now he's going to get ready to cut deals. The deal is celebrated, but this deal's not going to work out. The Three Cups of the Rays are also knocked over. Yep. So it's almost like, okay, if I do this, then Qatar, which does not have an extradition treaty with the United States, is a place I can go. Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Qatar. None of those three places has a extradition treaty with the United States. Just throwing that out there.
Boy, I wouldn't have thought Trump thought that far ahead.
Well, you got to look at your escape routes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for Carter, how did MAGA take to this news? Because apparently they weren't real thrilled about it, and then they had to walk it back a little bit. What's MAGA's thoughts on this?
Loomer and Bannon.
They have strong opinions, that's for darn sure. Strength card. Hierophant. Oh, walking away.
Oh, wow.
King of Cups. All right. I think they're actually upset with Donald Trump on this one, and the government, because this is like representing the United States. The thing that makes the United States strong is that we have full control, autonomy of our military within our borders, and we don't need. The way it was presented, it was like Qatar was going to have their own Air Force base. Why would we need that? Having U.S. Air Force bases in Europe was to stem a Russian threat. Germany or France or smaller countries like Ukraine or, not Ukraine at that point because they were part of the Soviet Union. But think about the countries that were part of NATO to hold back the Soviet Union. U.S. Air Force bases were there because the U.S. was the dominant military force, and it gave those European countries protection. The U.S. doesn't need Qatar to protect us. Yeah. It undermined, basically what it did was Trump undermined his own support from his own base with something like this. It's almost like they can't trust him because he says one thing and he does another thing, and the patriots that are getting frustrated with them are going to be, they love Trump, but they dislike government overreach. And this looks like government overreach despite Trump backing it. Their hatred of government overreach is stronger than their love of Trump.
Yeah, so the Idaho Freedom Foundation, a right-wing group, unequivocally condemns the planned airbase. To unilaterally decide that Idaho will host a foreign nation's Air Force facility which would house and train foreign nationals whose loyalties don't align with our own national and state interests.
Muslims versus Christian nationalism
is completely unacceptable overreach.
Yeah, you think?
There's the quote.
There it is.
And then Laura Loomer said on X, if the GOP continues to Islamify our country and continues to allow funders of Islamic terrorism from Qatar to come into our country where they have a documented history of funding Islamic terror, I am not voting in 2026 and won't be able to encourage others to vote either.
See, that's not the right message. The message will be, I will only be supporting candidates that would oppose something like this. Yeah. That's the proper thing. Well, I'm going to hold my vote.
I'm going to tell people not to vote. So, they're clearly not happy about this.
Yeah.
The part B of the reading, since we don't really want to do a full reading on either this or the other item, is Trump just had his 6-month annual medical examination.
Right.
And the doctor came back and basically said he's the paragon of health. He's got a heart that's 15 years younger than his biological age. Blah, blah, blah,
Yet
blah.
he still has chronic venous insufficiency, which would not be correlated to somebody having a heart 15, 20 years younger than their biological age.
Yep. And that, it's basically, it came out as a memo and it was all glowing like all of Trump's medical memos.
Read it in the proper voice.
Yes.
Donald Trump has a heart 15 years younger than his biological age. He's also very, very handsome and women find him very attractive and irresistible. Sorry if I'm ruining your morning coffee with this voice.
Yeah, I know. We should put a public service announcement. Let's see. Okay, I want to find the article. It was
Melania made me coffee once. It was really nice. Spilled it on my lap. It was terrible. Stained my only suit.
Okay, let's see. The result found to be in, quote, exceptional health, his physician said on Friday. So it's Navy Captain Sean Barbarella.
Well, Trump didn't write that because the word exceptional, unless it was in all caps.
It was probably all caps. Stated that Trump displayed strong cardiovascular, pulmonary, neurological, and physical function. Let's see.
Compared to a bowl of tapioca.
One notable measure stood out. The doctor estimated Trump's, quote-unquote cardiac age to be about 14 years younger than his chronological age.
So, since we know that everything that comes out about his health is a lie, and it's probably the opposite, his heart is really he has a real problem with his heart, because if they're saying that his heart's younger, if they're trying to like not make you worry about his heart, so his heart's having problems, whether it's congestive heart failure or other coronary artery disease, something along those lines. That's what's wrong with him.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he's got this bruising on the back of his hand.
Yeah.
And they're saying...
You don't need that if your heart's in good shape.
Yeah. It's because he's on aspirin, low-dose aspirin. And he shakes a lot of hands. It's like, come on.
How is he shaking hands? He's slapping people?
Here, shake my hand.
Here, let's... high five!
Yeah, he and Melania probably play the smack.
Yeah. She kicks his butt on it every time. Donald, you and I can play bouncy bouncy if you win here.
Okay.
Pow! Maybe every time he reaches over, she smacks his hand.
Exactly.
I think that's what's happening. That's what they don't want to discuss.
He wants an extra French fry, and those are her fries.
Get your own fries, Donald.
That's right.
Stay away. Stay away from my onion rings.
So let's take a look at Trump's medical examination report. I don't even care about his own health. I just want to know about the medical examination report. Entertainment purposes only.
Let's be entertained. Donald,
what
add
do we
extra salty or the French fries.
What do we need to know about this report? Ace of Wands. We need to take action. Okay, what my initial gut feeling of this is that was the stick that Melania hits his right hand. Viagra
is for treating was a heart drug originally. It had a side effect.
To me, this is
Boing.
We have to take action because he's disappearing for days at a time. Probably for some sort of medical treatment. So we have to come out and we have to show everyone what great health he's in. So we need to take action. The cross is the 9 of swords, but the problem is his medical health is probably really bad, and he's not sleeping at night. He's under a lot of medical stress.
Yep. Well, it's a three-way race. His physical health, his mental health, and his emotional health.
Yes, which will fail.
And I'm separating mental health, like mental health isn't like the Alzheimer's or dementia type thing versus the narcissism, paranoia, and that sort of thing. I'm separating those two as his narcissistic ego, and then you got his physical health. So any one of those three things can be lethal to this guy.
We have to take action because he keeps disappearing and is causing all sorts of headaches. Probably this could be his administration trying to come up with something. The energy underneath the Page of Cups because he's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He's losing it.
Here, try this new elixir.
Fish flavored.
That's right.
In the
9
past,
lives, fish flavored elixir. Morris.
So in the past, you got the 9 of Wands. All the different things that they are trying, all the actions they're taking to try and improve his brain power and his health. Current energy is the 4 of Wands. They've been able to get on top of it again. Live to fight another day. Overarching energy is the Page of Swords. We got to tell him that he's younger than he is.
Yeah. Lie.
There's your cardiovascular. You got to show that he's up for the fight.
I don't think Trump wrote this one. This one looks like the doctor wrote it. It's like, I got you on this one. Not Trump's words. Keep going.
I'm curious what Barbarella's political leanings are.
It doesn't matter. He lies for Trump. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't care if this guy's Democrat, Libertarian, Republican, white nationalist. I don't care what he is. Christian fundamentalist, Christian nationalist, white nationalist, whatever.
Lesson to be learned. 6 of Wands. Got it. We have to win. Trump always has to win. He always has to be victorious.
It's putting out a much rosier picture than what the guy really is.
And the outcome is King of Pentacles. He's going to be around for a little bit longer. He's got all the assets, all the resources. He's in the right position to get the best possible care that he can get and control the messaging of his of his health. I think that's more of this is I'm in charge of my own messaging here because I'm the king. You have a different thought?
Keep going.
That's all I got.
Okay. I would just want to throw a 4-card. Not even the doctor. The other staff, the nurses, the other medical staff, when they see Trump come in, the ones that help with the, taking his height and weight, all that stuff, and then they see the official report go out. Take off your shoes. Your height's 5'10". Step on that scale. It's 293. Okay, great. Your blood pressure, and these other things here, and then they say that he's the paragon of health with
all of a sudden he's 6'3",
215 pounds, ripped, shredded. What do they think about what's going on with the doctor and this sort of thing? And the foundation card that comes out is the lack of integrity, the 7 of Cups. Delusional, but it's the lack of integrity. Their whole job is they're supposed to be reporting accurate things to the American people. That's what their job's to be. So this is reverse. This is not integrity. This is the lack of integrity of this doctor.
Yeah, don't believe what they're telling you.
Because they understand what's going on. They've seen what's going on, but they know what's going on when they took the measurements, and then they see what got talked about, and that's the lack of integrity. It's illusionary. It's made up numbers. It's done to promote Trump's health and basically to protect people from criticism.
Yeah, there's your Page of Swords.
There's the Page of Swords again.
Yes.
And there may be and they're not allowed to talk about it because HIPAA would prevent them from talking about stuff like this. But if they could talk, if you could talk with the nurses in there and the assistants and stuff like that, boy, oh boy, would you get a different story than what's being put out there.
Positively.
And maybe one day, post-Trump, they will actually release his medical records as public records, and then we get to see what was really going on. I mean, do they actually keep his real data, or do they measure him at 5'10" and then write 6'3"? Do they weigh him at 290 pounds and write 220 pounds? Did they actually write the right numbers? Where does the integrity fall out? Is it on the original recording of the data, or is it on the final presentation that's put out to the public?
I have a hunch it's on the presentation. They have to keep a record, right?
Yeah. How do you make an accurate medical diagnosis if you don't even have basic vitals, basic measurements on this guy?
That's what we got for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
I had a great time. Hope you did too.
If you like these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell.
Can I get that onion ring over there? Put some makeup on it before Melania talks about that. My poor marriage with Melania. It's painful, but worth it.
Well, since you're in such good health, we should give some shout outs to the
totally ready to do it. Who we calling out first?
We're going to call out Trudy.
I remember Trudy. Great name. Reminds me of a guy that used to work for me, and now he doesn't work for me anymore. He's over at Four Seasons.
What was Trudy's card?
It was the 8 of Cups.
That's right.
She's off to go hold a press conference at Four Seasons Landscaping to support me.
Chris Clark. Hi, Chris.
Chris Clark. A bunch of C's. Is that C? Yes,
it is.
2C Clark. That's right, with the 2 of Swords.
That's right.
Swords spelled with a C, just like Chris Clark.
And then the last one is...
It could be 2 Ks. Chris Clark could have been with Ks. 2 Swords could have been with Ks. It's 1 K short of where I like to be. Keep going.
And then we're going to go into Lean Into the Spirit. That's the name of it? Lean Into the Spirit?
I didn't get my Nobel Peace Prize. I'm not quite ready to cross the Rainbow Bridge. Give me another chance. Maybe in 2026 I can go when I get my Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes.
Maybe that's it. They should have given him one. Then he could have I got my golden ticket to get into heaven. Bye.
And here's a card for the rest of us.
Death card.
The King of Cups.
Sorry, you're stuck with me for another year till I get what I want. I don't leave till I get everything I want.
Master those emotions. Take care, folks. Good to see you.
Take care.
Bye.
Right.
Oh, where's my...
It's right here.
Oh, there it is. Hey, the tail's not giving.
I know. I was thinking that you moved.
Oh, I shouldn't have moved, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, another card. Ooh, the star. Woohoo!
Oh.
Put on the pink bikini, honey. We don't want to get canceled. Take care, folks.
Bye.
Bye.